Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Whether or Not. We're your co-hosts. I'm Allison Gutleber.
And I'm Joe Ruch. And Allison, we dealt with some lake effect snow earlier this week, but the pattern looks to change as we do head later into the week.
Yes, we also had some snowflakes in State College, and unfortunately, I was in Philadelphia, so I missed that. But we will see some precipitation later on into the weekend and into next week.
Well, Allison, hopefully Nick can deliver us some good news regarding that wet weather, possibly early next week. But before that, we have nature in the news, and today I'll be talking about a severe windstorm which wreaked havoc on parts of the Northeast, knocking out lots of power, and additionally, how back-to-back hurricanes in Central America will impact the coffee product.
Yes, and my nature in the news stories will be on Penn State geographers building a virtual forest showing the effects of climate change. And my other story will be on the record setting asteroid zooming past Earth this past week.
And now, time for nature in the news. More than 750,000 homes were without power Sunday after a strong line of severe wind and severe thunderstorms pushed through the regions, according to the Weather Channel. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office confirmed a 63-year-old woman died in Ohio at around 12:50 after she was hit by a fallen tree. Ohio has reported more than 336,000 outages, with 233,000 outages reported in Michigan and another 100K in Pennsylvania. The high winds were occurring due to a significant jet stream disturbance, which pushed a strong cold front through the Midwest and Northeast. A gust of 79 miles per hour was reported in Lorain, Ohio. A roof was reportedly blown off, and several other infrastructure damages were reported. We're lucky there was only one confirmed fatality so far, but that number could rise as we do get into the next few days and more investigations are done.
In the geography department at Penn State, students and faculty created a virtual reality forest in an attempt to help visualize the effect climate change will have on our future. The simulating forest environment allows users to walk through a Wisconsin forest, which will eventually show the progression of climate change in years to come. The simulation combines information on forest composition and weather-related events, such as fires and flooding, in order to display various climate change models. The model begins in the present day, where the user can interact with different types of trees and vegetation. As the simulation continues, the forest moves towards the future, presenting the same forest in 2050, allowing for changes in trees that have been affected by climate change. Because climate change does not have a specific time frame, it's hard for people to understand and plan for the future. The students and faculties hope to spread awareness and allow policymakers and the public to understand how the future will be affected.
Central America is left in shambles after they were hit by back-to-back significant hurricanes in a very short period of time. This poses a big threat as they try to recover, given the significant damage done to their cash crop of coffee. The region was just devastated by Eta, which was a high-impact storm that will leave a lasting impact on the area. This hurricane alone displaced more than 1 million people, and infrastructure was left in shambles. There are no numbers out yet on Iota, but it was a Category 4 monster hurricane that overlapped several areas that Eta hit. This is a huge problem because on top of all these displacements, COVID is going on, so there could be an outbreak associated with COVID. Coffee is a billion-dollar industry in Honduras. It is the biggest grower of coffee in the region, followed by Nicaragua and Guatemala. Combined, these countries account for 8% of the world's coffee output. Between these two storms, there is a 10 to 25% product loss in the coffee crop. This could lead to some higher values at your favorite coffee stores, but you are in luck if you're buying wholesale.
On November 13th, 2020, the 2020 VT4 asteroid flew by Earth, missing our planet by about 240 miles. This asteroid, which is the size of a pickup truck, set the record for being the closest asteroid to zoom by the planet without coming in contact with it. According to NASA, the asteroid measured 5 to 10 meters, but wasn't potentially hazardous given its size. NASA considers asteroids that measure more than 460 feet in diameter to be dangerous. This wasn't the first time this year an asteroid flew close to Earth. In August, an SUV-sized asteroid flew 1,830 miles from Earth. The recent VT4 asteroid took the title for being closest without hitting Earth from the asteroid over the summer.
Hello everyone, I'm student meteorologist Nick Guzzo here with your Central PA forecast for this upcoming weekend. Now I'm tracking above average temperatures and that next chance for rain, so let's get right into it. Looking at our surface maps, Friday is going to be a great end to the work week. We're going to see dry and sunny conditions as high pressure continues to dominate our weather pattern here on the East Coast, but take your attention to that cold front moving in from the Midwest. That's going to move in across New England on Saturday, but it's not going to have a lot of moisture with it and will actually be weakening as it moves across the northeast. It's really at most seeing that cloud cover increasing throughout Saturday, especially into the PM hours. But our next chance for rain comes on Sunday with a low pressure system moving in from the Midwest. So make sure if you are out and about in the afternoon and evening on Sunday that you have that umbrella handy with you. Now let's really break it down for you temperature wise. I was talking about some above average temperatures. Friday, temperatures gain into the 50s. That's 10 degrees above average. Our average high is 48 degrees for this time of the year. Looking at Friday, gain into the upper 50s. So 10 degrees above average for Friday. Friday night, temperatures gain down into the 40s, some partly cloudy skies. But as we start heading into Saturday, we're tracking that weakening cold front, but we'll see that cloud cover increasing throughout the day on Saturday. Temperatures gain into the mid to low 50s here in central Pennsylvania. So on Sunday, tracking that next chance for rain with that low pressure system, especially in the PM hours on Sunday. So make sure you once again have that rain gear and umbrella handy. Temperatures on Sunday gain into the low 50s. Now I'm going to send it to our very own Ryan DePhillips and Salix Iverson with their features.
While big November snowstorms in State College are few and far between, history has shown that those few can be menacing. The biggest one in recent memory occurred between Thursday, November 15th to Friday, November 16th, 2018. The pre-Thanksgiving snowstorm walloped State College with a total of 11.5 inches of snowfall. Historically, for the month of November, this storm produced the city's fourth highest snowfall in a single storm and its third highest in a 24-hour period. Staff, faculty, and students at Penn State University who planned on traveling back home early for Thanksgiving had to delay their plans. Early university dismissals at 11 a.m. that Thursday and cancellations that Friday prompted many to stay indoors during the onslaught and immediate aftermath of the storm. The setup for the snowstorm was due to seasonably cold air across the Northeast. In the form of northeasterly winds, that cold air funneled its way into central Pennsylvania from the clockwise rotating high-pressure system in New England. Then, a low-pressure system moved from the coastal southeast 11 a.m. that Thursday into the Delmarva at 11 p.m. While most weather models predicted some mixed precipitation and rain to occur in central Pennsylvania, enough cold air stayed in place to produce mostly snow in the area. 2 days in advance, the European weather model predicted mostly snow in the area throughout the duration of the event. Compared with the predictions, the actual snowfall totals matched very well to what the model predicted. A large swath of over a half a foot of snow fell throughout most of Pennsylvania, as locally higher elevations received nearly a foot and a half of snowfall. So, don't let your guard down, State College. Large and impactful November snowstorms, just like the infamous pre-Thanksgiving snowstorm of 2018, are known to occur. For Whether or Not, I'm Ryan DePhillips.
The United States has over 95,000 miles of coastline that could be at risk due to climate change. With sea level rising, these coastlines and their beaches, which are a hot vacation spot for many Americans, could be vastly changed. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, states that the global mean sea level has risen 8 to 9 inches since 1880. This rise is mostly due to melting from glaciers and ice sheets. A rise in sea level could increase storm surge in certain coastal locations. According to NOAA, storm surge is an abnormal rise of water generated by storms and is often associated with hurricanes. Storm surge is commonly used as a benchmark for vulnerability as it is one of the most dangerous parts of a hurricane. A 2012 study examined the impact that climate change and rising sea levels might have on storm surge and coastal communities of the United States. This study found that in the next 100 years, areas in the Gulf Coast are expected to have the highest extremes in storm surge values, with Pacific Coast locations at the lowest. This is due to the existence and frequency of more tropical cyclones in the Gulf and significantly fewer along the Pacific coast. The conclusions of this study are important to millions of Americans that are homeowners or frequent the Gulf Coast for vacations. Additionally, policymakers and stakeholders can use this information to better assess the dangers of climate change with respect to life and property. With the threat of sea level rise still present, studies like this give an insight to the adverse effects of climate change that will change communities around the world. For the Department of Meteorology and Atmospheric Science at Penn State, I'm Salix Iverson.
Hello everyone, I'm student meteorologist Nick Guzzo back with your extended forecast. We're taking a look to see what the weather has in store for us for the upcoming week. But first, let's recap what we can expect for this upcoming weekend. Friday, a great way to end the work week with some sunshine and above average temperatures. Temperatures getting into the upper 50s on Friday. The average high for this time of the year is in the upper 40s. On Saturday, tracking that weakening cold front, really only expecting cloud cover to increase as we head throughout the day. Temperatures on Saturday gaining to the low 50s. On Sunday, we're going to be expecting that next chance for rain with that low pressure system moving in from the Midwest. Temperatures on Sunday sitting into the low 50s. So an above average temperature weekend in store. As we start looking next week, we're seeing more of a weather roller coaster temperature wise, but also with how unsettled it's looking. Monday, tracking that cold front exiting the region associated with that low pressure system. Really only seeing some showers in the early hours on Monday. So if you're heading to work, you might need that umbrella, but as you're heading on the way home, you might be able to ditch it. As you start heading into Tuesday, clearing out a bit, but Wednesday those showers return. Thursday and Friday, a dry end to the week. So if you're not able to get out on Tuesday, you have Thursday and Friday to do so if you want to do something outdoors. Something to also look at is the temperatures, seeing mostly near average as we head throughout the week. But on Thursday getting to the mid-50s, while on Tuesday and Friday sitting into the 40s. So something to be aware of if you plan on enjoying some of that sunshine. Now I'm going to send it to Joe and Allison.
And now for the whiz quiz question. In State College, how much snow fell between November 15th to 16th in 2018? Is it A, 8.5 inches, B, 10 inches, C, 11.5 inches, or D, 13 inches?
And the correct answer is C, 11.5 inches. Joe, we haven't seen a lot of snow this year, but I do remember in 2018, we had the snow falling and we were all on campus. So I really miss that now being on Zoom.
It was a beautiful sight. We were spoiled back then. No snow yet this year. I'm confident if we're patient, we'll get one good storm.
Yes. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight's episode. Thanks for tuning in. I am Allison Gutleber.
And I'm Joe Ruch. Have a great evening.